I use social media pretty often.
You think you are addicted to social media?
Not really.
No, I don't think I'm addicted to social media.
I don't think so, no. I use social media a lot, but I wouldn't say that I'm addicted.
I don't really think I'm that addicted to social media. I think other people may say that I am, but I don't think that I am addicted.
Do you use a lot?
Yes.
In 2006, when most of today's high school students were barely 8 years old, Facebook was open to the general public. Just a decade after, over 70% of American teenagers are using social media. It has become an ever-present part of our lives. Social media has had many positive impacts on our society, both culturally and politically. But what consequences has this transformation had on our daily lives?
We were born into a generation of social media technology. We're very privileged, and I think that it should not be as prevalent in our lives as it is. We should just take a break because we need to appreciate real life interactions.
In 2013, Time magazine neuroscience reporter Maya Zalovitz wrote an article about the possibility of becoming addicted to the internet.
Addiction requires problems. If it's not a problem, if it's not causing harm, it's not an addiction. So if you're on the iPhone 24/7 and your relationships and everything else is good, then you're not addicted. If you're on the iPhone 24/7 and your life is horrible, then it's a problem. So it requires looking at your values and the context and all of these other things.
So, was it causing harm?
What are you looking at?
Just my friend's Facebook status.
How frequently do you use social media?
Every day.
Do you think you could go 10 days without it?
No.
After sharing this in class, we began to question if we had become addicted to social media. Realizing this possibility, we wanted to test how social media affected our lives. We decided to go on a 10-day social media cleanse. Each night, we'd make a video documenting how we felt without social media. We set the rules and made a list of the banned websites.
I've seen Instagram photos that I think are really nice, and I think they kind of capture the moment really well. So I think it's really positive in that way. I think it's negative in the sense that I think a lot of people spend a lot of time on it. And I think it's negative in the sense that sometimes people present themselves in a way that isn't probably something they're going to be proud of either tomorrow or 5 years from now.
On day one, spirits were high, though many of us immediately noticed this might be harder than we thought. So, this is day one of our social media cleanse.
Yeah, woohoo. Every man's dream.
Today started out rough. I picked up my phone and I subconsciously went to go to Instagram.
I always have to have my mind on something, and I felt nervous that my mind wasn't on something, that I wasn't on social media.
I'm feeling pretty confident. I don't think I'm gonna break.
I feel like I can easily manage one day. I'm not sure how tomorrow's gonna go.
By day two, things began to get more difficult.
This is day 2 for the chicken.
I don't feel any better than I did yesterday.
I gotta admit, the temptation is very real.
I'm so close to just opening up Yik Yak.
It's getting a lot harder not being able to keep updated.
I really wish I could do social media right now. I wish I could check my Facebook and see what's going down.
Yeah, I'm feeling still pretty good about this.
So that's me, Chad. I don't really use social media. So by day 3, I was feeling pretty good. I can't say the same for some of the others.
I really have nothing to do at night anymore. And I feel like I'm just sitting here, staring at a wall because I have nothing better to do.
I'm done with this cleanse. It was all fun, but now...
I can't. I want a break. I can't. I feel like my dreams, if I did remember them, they were probably oh, do you want to go on social media, Amanda?
To better understand addiction, we interviewed Dr. Adi Jaffe, an addiction treatment specialist. He mostly deals with substance abuse, but we wanted to find out where he saw similarities with social media or internet addiction.
I like the stimuli, right? I like being told at 3 o'clock in the morning that somebody likes me and wants to talk to me. but sleep is better. So we get to make these distinctions, and I think we get to shift the conversation, right? We get to have a conversation about, okay, almost 100% of our population uses technology. So even if we're only in the 7-8% range of people who develop problems with it, we're talking about 1 billion people. We've never had a problem like that when it comes to, consequences because of habitual behavior. We just haven't had it yet.
By the halfway point, I was still feeling pretty good.
Day 5 of the check-in, so we are halfway through. Good job, everybody.
My condition's really not improving, and I'm still really immensely bored. Just somebody help me. No one really knows how much Facebook or Instagram or any social media really impacts their life until they don't have it.
Guess what? I broke. Tried to tell myself, you're not gonna break. You know what? I did it. I broke, okay? Yeah, I kind of really felt like this was going to happen, considering my dependence on social media. So I'm gonna try and not use it for the rest of the 4 days.
Today, finally, someone broke. Amanda Robbins, she broke last night. And it was interesting hearing her story. She spent like almost all night just binging on social media. Man, poor girl. Poor girl.
After day 5, we began to see positive changes.
It's day 6 of the cleanse. We're on the downhill slope.
Today, I was kind of alone, I guess, with my thoughts for a while, which is great. I've had more time to focus writing on my comedy and stuff.
I was actually able to get a lot done without social media because I wasn't really able to procrastinate that much.
I finally feel like I'm getting adapted to not having social media. I find myself opening my phone less.
Yeah, I can go on Instagram and say, oh, it's a nice sunset outside. Like it and just scroll on. But no, if I actually want to see the sunset, I have to go outside. I think it really makes you get outside your shell and go around and, really seize the day almost.
And we're almost done. We almost get social media back.
I'm so pumped to get social media back tomorrow.
I can't wait to scroll through all of the stuff that I've missed. I feel like I'm either going to be super happy and excited, or it's just going to be eh.
A few months after the cleanse, we gathered to reflect on what we had learned and how the cleanse had changed our perspective on social media.
Getting it back, honestly, wasn't what I expected it to be. I expected to be oh yeah, to be super hyped to be back on social media and to be super excited about scrolling down all my feeds on my phone. And then when I actually got it back, it really wasn't that amazing.
It really wasn't all I thought it was going to be. At first I was really excited and I was hyped up, yes, I get to go on Facebook and Snapchat and Instagram and do what I need to. But once the access was granted, I found we didn't even use it. We sat around and we had a conversation with each other.
By instinct, the first day I accidentally opened Snapchat, but I immediately closed it out of the way. I didn't do anything on it, but the fact that I did that, I realized wow, I gotta really lay off this. I might actually benefit from this cleanse.
So I think the biggest thing that I learned from the cleanse is that social media really obstructs, because I'm back to using it, my levels of productivity.
Social media actually impacts my life more so than I thought it did. I found not being able to go on social media, it was painful.
I realized how much of my time I had free because I didn't have the opportunity to be using social media, so I realized what a big chunk of my day it took up.
It's such a big integrated part of our lives that it's taking away the news from an adult.
Eventually I learned about myself that I really don't need it as much as I thought I did.
I'm still a strong person because I broke. You know what? To the teens of America, if you think that trying to go off social media for 4 days and breaking is weak, then I challenge you all to do it because it's really hard.
The cleanse forced us to experience what life is like without social media. With this new perspective, we decided all students should challenge themselves to do the same. This being said, social media has also had many positive impacts on our society. Seen more in education and politics, it has allowed humanity to communicate on a level never thought possible. In the long run, we believe this will be beneficial to our lives. But remember, put down your phone, take a deep breath, and enjoy the moment.